better now that that's over. We always got to make it interesting at the end. It kills me. I mean, we've done that in several of our wins at the end where we're up 2 scores and we do something stupid like let the big fullback, let the ball bounce around on the kickoff return back there and don't hem him in, and he was right down the sideline. I mean, and put ourselves in a bad situation there again where we have to field an onside kick in order to win the game.
Yeah.
I mean,
Anyway,
it's exhausting. Anyway,
yeah.
but it's good to win. Yeah. First half I thought they were a little more physical than we were up front. They had a good game plan coming into defense, what we'd been running lately. Second half, we kind of switched it up a little and ran some things that we had not been running previously in games too much, like our stretch play and our inverted veer stuff with a read. Our power read stuff is what it is. And they had some problems with it. So I don't think that they had too much game plan for that stuff. So we were able to find something that was able to exploit it and
with Dusty mostly, right?
Oh yeah, with Dusty.
I mean, he's had to take over with Zach being down. Is Zach coming back at all?
We're hoping he's back this week.
Could be back next week. So talk about how
well.
Dusty's filled in.
Well, he's done a great job, but the problem with it is, with Zach being out, I think we're a more dangerous team when we have Dusty Seeley get slot and Zach Avery in the backfield. When we have to take him, Dusty out of slot and put him in the backfield, and it kind of, we're not quite as explosive. Coach Spitzer there. Not quite as explosive offensively. They can key. They have a few less guys they actually have to key on. So hopefully we'll get Zach back.
David finally made some plays for you too.
Yes.
I mean, I guess they had him pretty covered up most of the game, or I don't know.
Here's what's happened most of the year up until tonight is that most teams are putting 2 guys on him, and Tecumseh did not. They started. They're playing man on him, and so it was one of those. We had some opportunities to hit some balls in the first half that we did hit in the second half, but didn't hit in the first half. And I told our guys, they're manning up. I mean, either we're going to make plays or we're not. I mean, are we better or are they better? I mean, you guys got to make plays. Supposedly you are good athletes, so make a play. And so they were challenged, and we were able to execute in the second half a little better than we did the first.
How key was that last touchdown drive for you guys to be able to eat off that much clock besides scoring?
Sure, yeah. It was, and then down here on that touchdown pass, I was kind of second-guessing myself. It's third down. I'm thinking throw a pass here. We could bleed the clock down a little bit more if we just run the ball. But I'm thinking, no, let's win the game. Let's win the game here. Hopefully we don't have an incomplete pass and the clock stops. So we ran a isolation with David, but it was if it wasn't open, we had a boot out of it, so he wasn't just the sole receiver in our route. And Alec and Drew hooked up, Alec and David hooked up, and touchdown. So
and this game was obviously huge from the whole postseason standpoint, the conference, everything.
Sure. Well, with Ken Ridge losing tonight,
they ended up losing that game.
They lost. Yeah. At least that's what I was told.
I knew they were down. I hadn't checked the final yet.
So with that occurring, now we control our own destiny again. At least if we went out and win the next 2 weeks, we'll get a share of the league title. And from everything that I've seen and heard, we're going to get in if we win the next 2. But we have no margin for error. If we lose one of the next 2 games, we don't have any. I think we
very slim. Slimmest chances based on what I've read.
Yeah. So, but it looks good. It looks. Whatever that past tour site says.
Yeah.
If you look at the Harbin points and all that stuff, apparently it's 99% if we went out. So I think that sounds pretty good. That we would get in.
That's
the next 2.
Talking playoffs is a routine thing around here. I mean, some coaches are like, we don't want to talk about that kind of stuff. But do you guys talk about it? I mean, it comes around every year.
Yeah, that's what our goals are. Our goals are to be 10-0 and go 10-0 and make the playoffs every year. I mean, that's what it's become around here. So no. We talk about it. We talked about it earlier in the year when we played Springfield and Butler. We said these teams are bigger than us. These are big points for playoffs. It doesn't mean anything for the league, but it's big points for the playoffs down the road. Obviously, we weren't able to win those games, but we talked about it at that point. I mean, that's a motivating factor for our kids. So we talk about it. We're not afraid of it.
Not a distraction ever.
No, not at all. Now it's motivating. Where kids, okay, we can get some points here. We can get a home playoff game. It's a big boost to our points. So. We're not afraid of talking about it.
Do you think the win was a factor tonight?
On the punting.
That's for sure.
The kid, I don't think in the I don't think either offense was disrupted at all by the wind. I didn't notice it being, disrupted. But the kicking game obviously was a little bit affected. Yeah.
How key was it for you guys to be able to bounce back after that loss to Kenton Ridge last week?
Oh, yeah, I mean, shoot, it was one of those that we knew that we had no more room for error, as I've already said here. If we want to get in the playoffs, we knew we didn't control our destiny any longer when it comes to, winning the league championship. But we did know that, or we figured that in our division, as the parity that our division has, everybody's good. And we thought it was highly unlikely that Kenton Ridge would go undefeated. Somebody was going to get him at some point, so that's what we were playing for. But we couldn't control that, and so ours was we're going to take care of business and hope that something happens in our favor when it comes to the league, and just worry about, all right, let's get in the playoffs and then see what happens from there.
Bell Fountain gave you guys a good game last year, only beat them by 1 point here. I know they're doing really well up there with Toby as a head coach, and they're scoring a lot of points. What do you think will be the key to keeping their defense up like you did tonight?
Well, you have to see, I'm going to have to see on the film. They got the Kennedy kid at quarterback. He's a really good thrower, and the Ballman kid is he's a stout running back, really tough, and they've got a couple good receivers. So it's going to be a really big challenge. Offensively, we're not going to be able to have a first half like we did tonight, I don't think, because I think, not saying that our defense is not going to, play well, but I mean, with the players that they have, they're going to make some plays, and we're not. You're not going to shut them down. They're going to score some points, so we're going to have to execute offensively a little better than we did in this game, and slow them down a little bit, and hopefully we come out on top.
All right.